Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the deep end of how your brain subconsciously reads people in the very first moments of meeting them. Just picture this. You walk into a room, spot a total stranger, and within 5 seconds, maybe even less, something deep inside your gut already has a strong opinion about them, without a single word being exchanged. Well, we're going to decode exactly how emotionally intelligent people use dark psychology signals to deliberately read those silent, fleeting micro-moments. Seriously, think about it. Have you ever shaken someone's hand, exchanged maybe 3 polite, totally normal words, and just felt uneasy? Like your gut was screaming at you to walk away, or at least put your guard up. Most of us just brush that off as overthinking, or we feel guilty for being judgmental. But behavioral science tells a completely different story. That instinct you feel isn't just some random, magical feeling. It's actually your brain rapidly crunching over 10,000 invisible, nonverbal data points, entirely under your conscious radar. 10,000! That's huge. It literally means the actual words you say at the start of a meeting are almost completely irrelevant. What your brain is really reading is a language that's way older and way more accurate than spoken dialogue. So let's take a quick look at the agenda. We're breaking down 5 specific signals: the honest feet, smile speed, the eyebrow flash, handshake dynamics, and space calibration. Let's get right into it. Starting with Section 1, the honest feet. And this is going to surprise you, because for our very first read on a person, we are completely ignoring their face. There's a massive difference between performed politeness and the actual truth. Imagine you're at a networking event. You're talking to someone and their torso and face are fully pointed at you. It looks like a great interaction, right? But check out their feet. If their feet are angled away, pointing toward the door or someone else in the room, their body has literally already left a conversation. You're just tucking to their polite performance, not the real them.
Why does this happen? Well, our faces are basically trained liars. We've spent our entire lives learning how to manufacture polite smiles and mask our boredom. But our feet? Nobody's consciously controlling their feet during a casual chat. So if you want to know if someone genuinely wants to be there, check if both feet are pointed directly at you. Just, don't be too weird about staring at their shoes.
Moving on to Signal 2, smile speed. Timing is absolutely everything here. Enter the Duchenne smile. This is the real deal. And the ultimate giveaway of a genuine smile is that it builds slowly. Genuine emotion takes actual physical time to travel through the human nervous system. It's not a light switch you just flip on. A true smile slowly lifts the cheeks, crinkles the corners of the eyes, and eventually takes over the whole face. But a social smile? Bam. It flashes onto the face in less than half a second. It practically snaps into place on command like a mask. The brain can move mouth muscles instantly to be polite. But like we just said, real emotion travels slower. So next time someone smiles at you, ask yourself, did that smile build organically, or did it just magically appear out of nowhere? All right, Signal 3, the eyebrow flash. This is a biological microexpression so incredibly fast you will literally blink and miss it. 1/5 of a second. That is all it takes. For just a fraction of a second, our eyebrows involuntarily shoot up when we recognize someone we genuinely like or find safe. It happens totally before conscious thought even kicks in. They aren't choosing to do it. Their body is just reacting to something positive before the brain can even jump in to regulate it. And get this, primatologists observe this exact same unfakeable greeting in chimpanzees. Think about the evolutionary weight of that. A genuine eyebrow flash is ancient biology screaming, "Hey, I recognize you and you are safe." Now, if you don't get the flash, it doesn't automatically mean they hate you, but it definitely means there was no instinctive positive response. They're guarded. Okay, Signal 4, handshake dynamics. We are going way past the basic advice of just having a firm grip. The real secret sauce is in the duration of the grip and how they pull away. You've got 3 main types to look for. Dominant folks will hold your hand just slightly longer than normal to subtly control the release. It's a tiny authority display. On the flip side, someone with social anxiety will withdraw incredibly fast, almost abruptly, because physical contact actually triggers a mild threat response for them. And then we have the dominance probe. This is a fascinating, calculated little power move where someone squeezes just a bit too hard to test your limits. They want to see exactly how you'll react under sudden pressure. If this happens to you, the absolute smartest thing you can do is just observe quietly. Don't react. Let them show their hand while you stay perfectly unbothered. Finally, signal 5, space calibration. This is your real-time emotional map in any room you walk into. Once you've got that initial arm's length distance established, watch what happens next. If they naturally lean in, awesome, you're building a real connection. But if they take a tiny half step back or shift their weight away, that's emotional withdrawal. They're literally putting up physical defensive walls. And if they step just slightly too close to you, that's a calculated boundary test. So what do you do when someone violates your personal space to test your dominance? Absolutely nothing. Be a rock. Hold your ground with complete stillness. Don't step back. Don't get emotional. Just by standing your ground calmly, you're sending a nonverbal message way louder than words. You're telling them, I see exactly what you're doing and it doesn't affect me at all. To wrap this all up, let's quickly review our summary, the anatomy of an impression. When you systematically track these 5 signals, reading the honest feet, timing the smile, catching those eyebrow flashes, feeling out the handshake release, and observing the personal space, you completely bypass the rehearsed, polite fluff. You're tapping straight into a person's biological truth. And look, this isn't about being paranoid or playing mind games with everybody you meet. It's about getting real clarity. It's about finally having the language to understand the silent signals you've actually been receiving your whole life. Like the quote says, that quiet awareness, that is your actual power in the room. I'm going to leave you with one final provocative question to chew on. Now that you have this entire framework, out of these 5 signals we just talked about, which one do you think is going to be the absolute hardest for people to hide from you? Really think about that the very next time you walk into a crowded room. Thanks for tuning in to this explainer. Stay observant and keep decoding.